I started judo when I was 4 years old. My dad used to do judo until he was a teenager, and originally I wanted to start in gymnastics, but once he put my brother in, I showed a lot of interest in it, and I took to it ever since. I would say my favorite throw is pretty obvious. It's drop seonagi. I really like it because I just think it's super dynamic. I can do it from multiple different grips and angles, and it's just super satisfying once I execute it. I would say my favorite newaza move is the Heisinga roll. It's a really good transition once I come out of drop seonagi. I just hook the arm, and typically I look for the tap, but I know it's pretty hard on the shoulder, so sometimes I just hold them down with it. My nickname is Klim or Klimmy. It's something that started when I was in high school from one of my friends, and it's just sort of transgressed and people caught onto it over the years. I would say my hero is my very first judo coach, Kevin Doherty. He really introduced me to elite level judo at a young age. He was the first Olympian that I knew, and that really inspired me and made me dream really big. I really enjoy watching the Russian and Mongolian male team. I think they have really dynamic judo, and sometimes I try to mimic that with what I'm doing, and I just think it's a lot of fun to watch. I would say my biggest rival is pretty obvious. It's my opponent and fellow teammate, Krista Deguchi. We're currently #1 and #2 in the world, which is a pretty rare and unique situation for the Canadian team, and only one of us can represent Canada at the Olympics in Tokyo 2021. I wouldn't say that I have a specific favorite movie, but I really enjoy watching indie films. I think they're produced in a pretty cool way. I like a whole bunch of different types of music, but for judo I would say that I really like listening to a lot of pump-up songs, sort of like Pursuit of Happiness, where there's just a lot of beats and things like that. I would say my favorite food is honestly anything sweet. I have a really bad sweet tooth, so ice cream or chocolate or anything like that is good for me. I would say my secret talent is pretty random. I'm pretty good at Call of Duty. I started playing only to annoy my brother when we were younger, and I actually ended up being pretty good. Now I can beat most of the guys on the team, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to admit to it. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do after judo. I think I could explore coaching, or I might completely explore a different avenue just to experience something else in life. I would say my favorite memory from the IJF World Tour would be the 2018 Osaka Grand Slam. Before that day, I never beat a Japanese player on the World Tour, and that day I managed to beat 3, so winning that competition came with a lot of emotion, and it really showed me that all the work that I was doing was paying off. My old coach once said that once you're done judo, you're only going to wish that you did more. And that's something that I always refer back to once I find myself in those hard places with judo, being unsure of how to move forward, or if I've lost any kind of motivation for whatever reason. That quote always helps me get back on track and push through. Something that's really special about judo is just how much of an international sport it is, and how we all really act like a community. We all need each other to improve and get better. We all have to train with each other in order to reach our goals and to improve our judo. I think that's something that's really different compared to any other sport in the world. I knew it was there, I just needed a moment. You want me to do it again?